Hi, I'm Alani, and I'll be discussing collateralization in DeFi. Typically, if you're borrowing assets, you need to put up collateral to cover your loan. This essentially acts as insurance for your loan. Now imagine buying a home but not using your home as collateral, perhaps using crypto? That's possible. Now, how is this relevant in DeFi and crypto? This depends on what protocol you're supplying your funds to, but you may need to keep a close eye on your collateralization ratio. In a nutshell, collateralization is when a borrower pledges an asset as a means for the lender to recoup their capital in the instance that the borrower defaults on their loan. As an example, let's assume you're looking to purchase a new property. Like most, you don't have enough money to actually pay for the property. So what do? You take out a mortgage in order to pay for it. In this case, the lender would require you to collateralize the mortgage with the underlying property being purchased. In return, the lender will issue you a mortgage. Now, traditionally, mortgages are collateralized between 70 and 90% of the property value. If your collateral's value fall below the threshold required by the protocol, your collateral may be liquidated on the open market. Now, what can you do to avoid liquidation? A few things. You can add more collateral. Each platform will have its own set of rules for this, their own required collateralization ratio. In addition, they commonly work with a concept called over-collateralization. What does this mean? It means that borrowers have to deposit more value than they want to borrow. And this is done to reduce the risk of violent market crashes, liquidating a large amount of collateral in the system. So let's say that the lending protocol you're using requires a collateralization ratio of 200%. This means that for every $100 of value you put in, you can borrow $50. However, it's usually safer to add more collateral than required to reduce liquidation even more. That being said, many systems will use very high collateralization ratios, such as 750% in some cases, to keep the entire platform relatively safe from liquidation risk. Remember, buying a home but not using your home as collateral, perhaps using crypto instead, might be a great option. Stay tuned.